Hi guys, Anton here from Adventure Africa. We've got Tony here from Adventure Africa Training and Tours. And a lot of you guys have been asking about recoveries. So we decided, in conjunction with the guys from Opposite Lock and Tough Dog, to do a bit of a recovery series for you guys. And Tony, let's start. We're going to do it over a couple of episodes. But this first one, we're just going to start recovery. What is the essentials? And I mean, we're not really going to go through everything today. It's just, this is what you need.
I think,
So,
yeah.
the first 5 things that you feel is most important.
You know, the whole story about overlanding either solo or in a group is that somewhere along the line you are going to get stuck.
Yeah.
So accept it and know that's going to happen. And what I've noticed is over the years is that we've got coffee machines and we've got pizza makers and we've got ovens, but on our recovery equipment, it's minimalistic.
Yeah.
If there's one asset that you need in your car, is a comprehensive recovery kit. And there's quite a bit of equipment that you need. So don't be sparse about it. Purchase the right stuff.
But if there's 5 things that you would need, I would say the first one, obviously, is a decent spade. I mean, that's your first point of recovery for most situations, whether it's sand, mud, or whatever. If you get stuck, you clear the wheels.
Yeah.
You need a spade to get everything out of the way. And of course, it also helps when you're in the bush and you need to go to do a number 2 or something. But
That's it. Oh, yes, absolutely.
a spade is extremely important.
One of the first rules of recovery is lift and pull. So what you need to do is either get sand or rocks or brush underneath the wheels to pull. But in the event of sand or mud, you can't always lift it, but you need to remove that buildup.
That obstacle in front of the wheels.
You have to. You know, you can't just expect the ropes and your fellow recovery guy to just pull you out. The second part about that is, if you're going to do a proper job. Because in the event of you doing a half a job of moving sand and thinking, yeah, that's fine, and he does pull you and you don't get out, you're going to have to do it all over again. Now, if we're in Botswana, we're talking 40-degree temperatures plus.
And the sand gets 50, 60 degrees plus.
So if you look at this shovel here, it's formed in two ways. I found that obviously lifting mud with a normal shovel is an incredibly difficult job. Even sand, I mean, you don't move that much sand as you think. So if you look at this form, this is what they call a hoe. And I learned this in a very weird place called Malaysia, when we pitched up with our spades and they all laughed at us and they said, "What are you going to do with that?" We said, "We're going to help you move mud." And they said, "No, you're not." With a hoe and pulling it, they moved more soil than we would ever have dreamed of with a shovel. So a hoe is a vital part of sand removal in front of a tire. And it's a lot easier. It's on the back, on the strain, in the heat, more comfortable.
And when you're removing sand, remove the sand in front of the wheel, which direction you're going to. If you're pulling forward, remove the obstacle in front of the tire. If you're going backwards, remove the obstacle behind the tire.
That's it.
So just be cognizant of where you're removing. You don't have to clear all the sand. Just clear the sand in the direction where you're going to. If it's forward, remove the sand
and
or
just
the
little
mud.
lumps in front of the wheels.
Exactly.
Yes, correct.
So that you make a clear space for the wheel to roll onto.
You know, I always use the example of a marble in my hand. And I put a marble down. If I put a marble down, it's just going to lay there. If I need it to move, I've got to have some force. So either force through gravity or force through an engine power. But now if I've put sand or mud around this marble, it's going to take a lot more effort to make it move.
Yep. Okay, so spade,
so shovel,
first one.
Shovel or spade, or with a hoe. I've got another hoe in my car as well, which I have with a long stick, which I have. But a shovel and spade, probably your number one piece of equipment to have in the car, correct.
And I guess then your second one will be something like a kinetic rope or a... and here's the thing, it's a kinetic rope or a snatch rope. It's the same thing. Rope, strap, it's the same thing. This is a strap, a rope is round.
Correct.
But both are kinetic ropes or kinetic strap, both are a kinetic strap or a kinetic rope again.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's just this is a strap because it's flat, and a rope is the round one.
Correct. So in the rope section of your recovery kit, you've got various ropes. Obviously, as you now mentioned, we've got what they call a pull strap. We have a kinetic strap, and then we have a tree trunk protector and a few other bits of equipment. But that falls more towards the winching side of things now. So if we were to look at the two straps of vital importance, one would be the kinetic or snatch strap, as we commonly know it, and the pull strap. And each one has its own function, and it's a very important function not to use the incorrect one for the wrong job. For example, the kinetic, you can't just go and connect up any ropes and things. You can't put it on a winch. You can only use it for its own job. Same as this pull strap. Now, if you looked at this is a 10-meter long strap. Most recovery kits that you purchase will have a 3-meter long strap. And as with everything in life, we want it longer. So I'm told. So I have a 10-meter strap. Yeah, I have another 10-meter strap in my car. I have a 30-meter winch. I have another 5-meter strap. So in all, I've got around about 50 meters of rope that I can put together and recover. The problem with this 3-meter rope that we all get in our recovery kit, it's really a tree trunk protector. If you're stuck in mud, I mean, 3 meters is not going to help me because I need to be out of the area, or I need traction. I need hard surface to recover you. So these are the two ropes which I would say are the most important.
And what would be your third thing that you would really need to have in your recovery kit?
I would definitely say a two-way radio is essential. You know, most of us are running the VHF type scenario, the aura frequencies, but you get the little Zartec radios, which are quite capable of communicating between car and car. We're not talking long distances, so it's very feasible to work on an FM type system. But these are VHF, they've got a longer distance and they are very handy. And the main reason for that is because, and I've seen it before and it's happened, and the only reason I know all this stuff is because I read a lot and history has taught me these things, is that I'm ready to pull somebody and he hasn't even switched the car on, or he's got his handbrake on. There I go, and all my effort is wasted on nil, because he hasn't assisted me.
So it's not just about communicating the fact that you are stuck, but it's once you get stuck, you've got a radio with you in the vehicle. The guy that's helping you to recover has got a radio in his vehicle, and you can actually communicate with each other and tell and keep everyone else away and out at a safe distance.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's the vital part about any recovery work, is that the problem is you'll tend to get a lot of help and a lot of information and a lot of shouting happening. Whatever happens is, if you and I are doing the recovery, it's only you and me. So I will listen to you and you vice versa to me. So we don't want to hear the other people, but we need them to stand at least time and a half away from whatever length ropes we are using.
Okay, then fourth thing, and in my opinion, we don't have some of that here, but sand tracks or recovery tracks.
Sand tracks, sand tracks was a thing. Maybe I'm old school in the sense, and I've never ever really bought into the program of sand tracks. But sadly, and correctly so, I've used them, and yes, they are vital.
They are vital, and they really help you make a difficult situation a little bit easier, because once you've cleared in front of you, in front of your wheels, and you put those sand tracks out there, they just give you that little bit more traction.
Yes.
To get out of a sticky situation.
I still buy into the program that, again, going back to the golden rule of lift and pull, that if you can get the wheels up onto the tracks, you have far better success of recovering the car. And I've seen guys, what they try and do is they dig a hole in front and they try and force it in. The car just wheel spins onto the tracks. You got to really have these tracks low down and under the tire, actually, to get grip. Because if the back wheels are still stuck in mud or sand, it's not going to just climb on. So you need to assist it. You need to really dig that in properly. But yeah, it's a wonderful piece of equipment to have on the car, definitely.
And for me, the last thing that you need in your recovery kit is a little bit of knowledge. I mean, if you've got all the gear in the world and you do not understand how they work, you're never going to be able to do anything. And I mean, that is why it's so vital. Yeah. If you get a 4x4, go for a 4x4 course.
Absolutely.
And get that basic knowledge,
Yeah.
just so that you understand. It's not gonna make you an expert, but you need to at least understand the concept of how the things work. And I think this is what we want to try and do with this series.
You see, experience is obviously the winner. You just can't beat experience. I mean, I can give you knowledge and I can show you, but me showing you, at least you're now starting to get the grip of things. Because what happens again, a lot of us, we tend to just watch a YouTube video or something. It doesn't really give you that feeling of physically holding the rope, physically feeling what the car does when you do the pull. So definitely, knowledge is obviously one of the winning tools of success. Yes.
But yeah, Tony, as we said, we're going to do a whole series about how we do recoveries. We're going to talk about the different type of ropes and straps that you can get. We're going to talk about what are the essentials and what is not so necessary.
Yeah.
But I think that the biggest thing that we're going to try and bring over to our viewers is that, guys, if you go on a 4x4 trip, make sure you've got a recovery kit. Don't depend on someone else.
Absolutely.
Because the thing is, you need to be able to recover yourself. You cannot depend on someone else on a trip.
To end it off, this piece of equipment here, once again called the snatch rope, or kinetic as some people would like to call it, has only a lifespan of 3 pulls at a time. So in the event of me not having any success by pulling you out, this rope is now useless until it recovers itself till tomorrow morning. So it takes around about 12 hours to recover. You don't have to throw it away, but it takes recover. So yes, if you do not have a recovery kit in your car and I've used my rope up, now we are both stuck. It's useless. So it is essential that you have a recovery kit and I have a recovery kit in my car.
So guys, please follow the series with us. And thanks to the guys from Opposite Lock and Tough Dog for sponsoring this. And Tony, next one, we're talking ropes.
Great stuff.
Well, we're talking recovery kit. What is in a proper recovery kit?
Cannot wait.
Thanks, guys. See you next time. And please remember to subscribe, follow, and hit the bell icon if you want to see more. I'm Anton from Adventure Africa, and this is Tony from Adventure Africa Training and Tours.
See you later.
Cheers, guys.